Hello everybody, welcome back to another review. Today I will be reviewing this new Frank Escape Stunt Race playset from the movie Cars. This was just released pretty recently. I bought it on Amazon. Like literally it was just released like today. That's when it arrived in the mail. I bought it as a pre-order a couple of months ago and it shipped out the other day. It arrived today, so really excited to get into this review and unbox this on my channel. This is from the first Cars movie. And it features a Lightning McQueen and Frank, in which you have to escape from Frank. It's obviously from the tractor tipping scene in the first Cars movie, which is one of my favorite scenes from the entire movie, ever since I was a kid. So it is nice to have this playset, which is compatible with the Cars on the Road playsets and other Cars playsets like Glow Racers and Piston Cup Action Speedway that have been released over the past couple of years. They did change the connector when they released the Cars on the Road merchandise, so it won't work with like older playsets from like Cars 3 and from like the Cars 3 era, but it does work with newer playsets. So getting into the package, you can see this nice 3D render of the playset during Frank McQueen jumping over a ramp and the tractor. You can see the road next to it as well. Looking over here, it says when it's connected in that way, where the road comes out of the grass, it's 80 centimeters or 32 inches plus. See a plastic Lightning McQueen, which has a nice scared expression and dirt detailing on a plastic Frank. Taking a look at the back of the package, you could see both ways to play over here. So you could either have him just go straight and then bust through the gates over there, or you can have him jump over the ramp. Here you can see how the tracks connect. And here is it with some of the other recent Cars playsets. Obviously, these aren't all of them. There's a ton of others as well. But this is an example of how you could connect them all. So without further ado, let's open up this package and take a look. So now I have all the pieces out of the package. Before I go into the playset itself, I'm going to do a quick comparison of some of the cars. So here you can see the plastic Lightning McQueen, which is included. Unfortunately, it is plastic, compared to the Lightning McQueen that was included with the Piston Cup Action Speedway. As you can see, they are both obviously using the Cars 1 paint job from the movie. Although you can see that in this one, the new one, which is on the bottom, McQueen's wheels are brown from the dirt, as is his undercarriage as well. The expression is a bit different. It is a scared expression, which is really nice. We don't really see this in toys. There unfortunately is no metal counterparts to this expression, unfortunately. Would be nice if they would do that. Other than that, it does look pretty good. The decals are clear. The only complaint I would have is that it is plastic. Again, that's expected. And it is nice to have plastic cars as well, in a sense, because they don't get damaged when you use the playset, whereas metal ones, they can get chipped a bit more easily. Taking a look at the included Frank, if we compare him to the diecast Frank, you can see that this Frank is actually quite a bit bigger. He's taller, he's longer. Again, he is plastic. His combine over here does not turn, whereas it does on here. Obviously a bit less detailed. He's not dirty. You won't have all the detailing that middle Frank has. But like dirt and stuff. Although he still has these little pipes up here and on the side. They still put in his vents over here. Over here. So that isn't good detailing. They did that. Tires are obviously a bit more basic. You don't have that. The gray detailing is just like a plain black, although the wheels do turn, whereas the combine does not. Taking a look at the third car included, that would be Tractor. The tractor I'll be comparing him to is the Tractor the Tire single, since I do not have a regular tractor on hand. But taking a look at this new tractor, his wheels do not turn at all, unfortunately. There is this thing on the back, which regular tractor does not have. Obviously mine is the tire in the mouth, but that's not like a regular tractor. I think it is pretty similar to the regular tractor though, but without the tire in the mouth. A lot of detailing is gone, fortunately. So like they still have this engine detailing over here, but there is no text that says chew all. They got rid of all the darker spots, which is unfortunate. Overall though, it's still decent. Just wish the tractor was much more detailed. Whereas McQueen is obviously great. Frank is okay. Tractor, I'd definitely say, is the weakest of the three included characters because of the lack of detailing. Taking a look at the instruction manual, which is in black and white. Usually for this price point, the instruction manuals are black and white, which is unfortunate. It's only the really expensive ones where it's color, like the Action Speedway. But it is good to have the instruction manual, so you can see the different pieces over here. There are some stickers, unfortunately, which are taped into the instruction manual right there. Looks like there's only 2 stickers, which is good at least, because I hate doing stickers. And I do have a couple of playsets where it is kind of sloppy in places. So going into it, it looks like the first thing we do is we take, looks like this piece, and we put the radiator spring sticker on it. So it looks like the radiator spring sticker would go on this side, it looks like. And yeah, it goes on this side, I'm pretty sure. Hopefully I'm doing it right because like it doesn't really say in the instruction manual which side. Okay, and this is what I mean by sloppiness, and that this is kind of a bit on an angle, and when you remove these stickers, they like damage the stickers. Like you can't really remove it once it's on the wrong angle. And then the second sticker goes right here on the circle right here on the back of this piece. That just goes like this. It's like a tractor warning sign. Turns out I actually did stupidly get the sticker on the wrong side. I got extremely lucky and I was able to peel it off mostly okay, so I'll hope to be able to scrape some of this residue off. At least I was able to get on the right side decently. It helps if you look at from right here, because you can then see the this clear piece should be sticking on the side of the sign. Also shows it on the box as well. So, partially my fault, but I mean, I really don't feel that the instructions were that clear, because like you could kind of see this, because like kind of you could like see it as being this back piece from this angle. So I do wish they had made it a bit clearer. Okay, so the first thing you do to set up the toy is you take these 2 pieces. They are identical, and what you do is you take one of this piece, which there are 2 of, and you just push it in like that. And you can remove it. It is a bit loose. And on the other one, you would take this radiator spring sign, which I've mostly cleared of residue. It is, you could like feel it, but at least you can't see it anymore. Do the same thing, you just push it in there. Second thing is you take these track pieces. Looks like they're actually, oh yeah, and there actually is a second one of this as well. Third rather, I should say. Second one that you put this wood fence into. So then you would place, so this would be the track piece in the middle. This one would go like this, and you place it like, I believe it should be placed this way, so that you have the part that the road connects to on this side. And then there are 2 options from here. You could either connect the roads like that to make it a really long road that comes out of it, like that. Or you could take these road pieces and put them on the sides like this. since like the road, since the grass field is next to the road. So those are how you get the two ways to play. So for the first play method, it seems what you would want to do is you would want the roads to coming out like this. And then using the same holes in the road that we connected the road to the side of the grass with, you would then put these signs on. So radiator spring sign would go just like that. And then these fences would go right here. So I literally just noticed that this piece was sitting on the side. I completely didn't even notice it was sitting on the side, and somehow I missed the instruction manual, but this piece just goes in right like that, right there. So this way, I have a fence there as well, so that's nice. Somehow I completely missed that before. Take this piece, which we put the tractor sign at the back of, and that goes in like this right here. And you could also push it down to make a ramp, or it could just be like a sign, depending on how you want to play. You would take Frank, and Frank, the plastic Frank, not the metal Frank. Frank just sits right in there. He fits nicely as well and blocks the road at the end. Let's see if the metal Frank will actually work in here. So the metal Frank actually does fit nicely. He won't actually move. The front wheels will fit right in there perfectly and they won't turn. And the back wheels will fit perfectly there. Although then you would still see these, like, the indentation on the side. That's still visible. Whereas when you use metal Frank, it just fits perfectly right in. And there are these holes right here, which these go in perfectly, which obviously the metal Frank doesn't have that. But like, it still fits well, which is great. And then you would take the tractor, and the tractor just goes right into here. So using this back piece, you just push them in like that. It starts off in the right side position, and you could tilt them on your own. So when I said that metal Frank would work, that was a lie. That only works if it's decorative. If you actually want to play with it, you do need the plastic Frank, because Frank here has a button which you have to press. So basically the way this set works, you want to make sure that the tractor is in this position to start. And to launch Frank, what you would want to do is you push the combine in like that. And right now these hay bales are just decoration. So you take McQueen and then you press the button when McQueen is in that position, and it will go through. So as you can see, when it does that, it hits this fence, which tips over the tractor. It crashes through this fence, and it spins that a couple of times. I will now have a video of that in slow motion. So here we have a plastic mater. This mater is not included. This is from the radiator springs set that came with Cars on the Road. I'm blanking on the name of that one, but it was the one with Be a Cafe. So this plastic mater is from that. We'll see if mater works with this as well. Yeah, so it seems that mater doesn't work too great with this, unfortunately. We'll try to reset just to see if it does work better on a retry. Yeah, so this time it did work a bit better. I guess it could be a bit wonky because of the way mater tow cable is, perhaps. So mater is definitely a bit slower than McQueen, and he definitely doesn't work as well, although he does seem to work. When I was doing the time lapse for the video, there was one where he just didn't make it through. I'm sorry, no, he didn't make that was when I think I got that one on camera for the main part of the non-slow motion, but the slow motion one. There's one time where he like went like kind of like off the road like that. He definitely goes slower than McQueen, so like he doesn't work as well. Possibly due to toe hook or size perhaps. McQueen does work great as well. So now let's take a look at the second way to play. For the second way to play, you take these two pieces of road that we had at McQueen and Mattel go straight on before, and you will connect them to the side of this. They aren't needed for the playing in this way, which is why you do that. You do have to remove one half of the fence in order to make it fit. Pretty much this side of the road, it's like not needed for this play mode, so you just connect it over here just for aesthetics. Or you don't want to, you don't have to at all, I don't believe. I haven't actually tested this out myself, so first time will be on this review. And then what you do is you just push this down so it forms a ramp. It doesn't make any sound, you just like push it. Then you just set up these hay bales, try to make like something that goes through, so just like that. So let's give this thing a run to see how it works. Once again, you do launch Frank the same way, so you just have to push that back. I may have to adjust the hay bales, their location, to see if it works, because like obviously the angles may not work perfectly, so let's just give this thing a shot. Yes, that time McQueen came in a little bit too high because I had the hay bales a little bit too close, so let's try here now. That time he went completely over them. Maybe even a little bit further back. That time, I accidentally got it off camera, but he did knock them a little bit. Now try to take this in slow motion and show you guys. I'm going to test this play mode with Mater. I'm putting the hay bales much closer just because I know for the previous play mode that Mater does not get nearly as much speed as McQueen. Yes, that did work as well. He did land successfully and he hit the hay bales. So Mater does work with this as well, just obviously same with the first play mode, not nearly as well as McQueen. So the instruction manual does not actually have a third mode to play, but I'm going to see if we can combine the two of these to make a third one. So I will take the two pieces of track that we set up here for the second mode and just put them where they were on the first one, just like that. And put this one back where it was. We had to take that off for the second mode. So with this, what we will try to do is combine the two. So you have the jump, but it's going to be on the road. And for good measure, let's set up the hay bales, like maybe over here. So the hay bales don't fit that well, so like one of them you put on the road, one leaning against the side of the road, and we'll see if that works. Yeah, as you can see, McQueen did land on his side here, but he did not go over the hay bales. So let's try this again. Yeah, so it's like pretty hard to actually get him to land on the road, but it does seem to work this way as well, so that is a plus, that there is kind of a third way to play if you just combine the two. And then I will also point out that back here behind Frank is a road connector, so you can have it be like a grassy patch with road on each side if you want. Although they're making like the town with the other playsets, then you obviously won't be able to drive anybody past here unless you remove Frank. But you can connect the roads like that. And you can also connect this to other playsets as well. Last thing that I'll point out is that this track only includes two sets of roads, these roads. And these, if you have all the Cars playsets, these roads can be quite valuable because a lot of the playsets, they've only included like one or two. Yet there's so many playsets that you kind of need a ton of roads to connect everything. So you actually can shrink this version one of the play mode. This track, so it's only one track piece, and it still works great. well, sometimes it doesn't always work that great, but that's not an issue to the number of tracks. Sometimes, just like any Cars toy, you get some weird things like McQueen coming out on the side or something. But as you can see, it does work great with one track as well. So one additional comparison would be the radiator spring sign included with this to the radiator spring sign that was included with the Red's Fire Station playset that was released about a year ago. So as you can see, the signs themselves, the graphics are identical, just scaled down. So they are different sizes. The pieces down here that they connect to, they're pretty much the same. They connect to the rows just the same. One of them is asphalt, one of them, or cement, one of them is grass. So I have an issue with the scaling issues, but one of them is so much bigger than the other. So I think it is cool to have multiple signs in the town, but in the movie, there's of course only one sign. So that is a problem for continuity with the movie, although I guess with it being toys and a lot of the, and like obviously other places don't appear in radiator springs in the movies and shorts, I guess it is plausible that in a kid's imagination you could have two signs, but I think even if there were two signs, it makes no sense they'd be obviously the same sign, but like how the lights are. Although there is a difference of this having wood planking, so I guess, yeah, it is a bit more plausible, the different signs. But obviously in the movie, they're supposed to be the same sign. The thing that used to hit it, this one is a bit bigger, and also it has this like more angular piece, whereas here it's just a rectangle. And obviously the one from the fire station also has this flame, and hitting that would just put out the flame. Whereas this one spins the sign. Both neat features, both unique, but just nitpicking with continuity and scaling. So as you can see over here, I have connected the new Frank Escape track set to the rest of my other new play sets. There are a ton of different combinations you could do. This is the one that I quickly put together in like maybe half an hour. And stay tuned because soon I will do a short that showcases all the track sets together. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of this playset, if you'll be picking it up, and how you think this compares to the other Cars playsets. I would say it's not as fun as some of the other playsets, like the Glow Racer Crisscross and Launch or the Piston Cup Action Speedway. I would say that those are better. But this does have some nice value, especially if you're young, and even if you don't really want to play with it. I think it would add some nice decor to creating Radiator Springs Town with some of the playsets that are relatively inexpensive. This costs $20 on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below. I'll also put the links in the description below to some of my other Cars reviews, such as the Action Speedway and the Glow Racers Crisscross and Launch. See you soon for another video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video again. Bye now.